Welcome back to Twin Tower. I'm Gary, and this is not David. Hey, we just got done with Taco Tuesday with Marina. While we were doing it, we were keeping an eye on the results in Tennessee, their seventh congressional district special election, and Matt Van Epps won the election. The Republican, he won by about 8 or 9 percentage points currently. Um, uh, Afton Ben, the Democratic challenger, got 45% of the vote. Um, Now, this is a district that Trump carried by 21 percentage points, and Van Epps carried it by less than 10. Right now, it looks like it's going to fall about 9%. And so, while it's disappointing that the Democrats weren't able to flip that district, um, it's also a very deep red district. There was only one blue area that has Nashville. Nashville went 80% for Ben, and 20 less than 20% for Van Epps. So it's all the once again it's all the rural areas supported Van Epps, the Trump candidate. Now this was going to happen. That Trump and MAGA Mike Johnson are declaring what a great victory it is for the Republicans and taking their victory lap. But honestly, is it really a victory? It's a victory in as much as they get to keep the seat in the House, but they lost over half of their political advantage in a deep red area. And some of the takeaways from that are that um, in more contested areas, the Republicans aren't going to be safe. I mean, once again, Trump carried this by 21 percentage points, and Van Epps, looks like he'll win it by 9, but it was pretty close up until the about 75-80% of the vote counts, and he finally was able to pull away. But up to that point, it was really kind of neck and neck. And so, while disappointing, it's also encouraging because, on one hand, the Democrats have to recognize from this that they're not quite there yet. They need to fight a little bit more. I'm going to turn a little more light here because I look a little grainy. They need to fight a little bit more, and they need to get that message out there to swing more of the independents and more of the moderate Republicans into the Democrat camp. Trump's doing everything he can to kick him out of kick him to the left of MAGA because he keeps moving MAGA further and further to the right. So that Overton window is ultimately going to leave some more of the mainstream Republicans scratching their head, thinking, "Okay, what do I do now? I've never voted for anything that didn't have an elephant, but now I feel like the elephant is leaving me behind." So let's take a look at the energy around the Tennessee election, and then let's see what the energy is looking like for the Democrats. Do they have enough momentum, or do they still have more work to do? Entertainment purposes only. Let's take a look at just the energy around the Tennessee election. What do we need to know about that? Whoops. The Hangman. Okay, so that's exactly what I was talking about. It's your perspective on things. Trump, of course, is saying, hey, it's a great victory for the Republicans. The radical left Democrats threw everything they had at us, and we still won. That's one way to look at it. The other way to look at it is, yeah, you lost half of your margin of victory percentage point wise, over half. And that's telling me that your policies are not popular. You might have gotten lucky on this one, but you might not get so lucky the next time around. Um, so it's really how you look at this. The challenge is the Four of Swords. Okay, Democrats need to take a little more time to think about what they want to do, take away what worked well, and then correct what didn't work well, and come back fighting again in about 10 months time. This is a very temporary setback. there's going to be another election 11 months from now. Energy underneath it is the Queen of Pentacles. You the financial issues are what's really resonating with voters. You know, you need to take care of your voters. And right now, voters are having all sorts of tabletop issues with tariffs, with what's going on in the economy. You know, everything, things are too expensive. You know, the Republicans are blowing a bunch of noise about, well, gas prices are cheaper. Okay, gas prices are cheaper. That's true. But have you looked at the price of bananas lately? Have you looked at the price of ground beef lately? You know, these tabletop issues, yeah, maybe you're saving a little bit of money at the pumps, but you're paying it all back every time you go to the supermarket. You need to take care of the voters. In the past, you had the Two of Swords. You had a choice. You know, to me, the first thing is the voters have a choice to vote Democrat or Republican, but it's really, you have a choice. Do you want to take care of your constituents, or do you want to tell them what to do? Tell them how to vote. Current energy is the Fool. So what does this mean as far as that election? There's not enough of them that are ready to start breaking off and go on a new path. There's still enough of them that are supporting Trump's agenda and still willing to give him a little more time to see if this foolishness works. Overarching energy, their perfect card, Knight of Pentacles. We're watching. We're watching you with our wallets. We're feeling the pressure of this, and we're waiting for you to do something. You keep saying you're going to do something. When are you going to do it? This is that whole overpromise, underdeliver. Actually, Marjorie Taylor Greene was warning Trump about this, about his tendency to overpromise and underdeliver. Lesson to be learned, Ten of Swords. Because if you overpromise and underdeliver and you continue to do it, it's going to be the end of this. Your career is over. And the outcome will be chaos. That the voters are going to rebel against you and your messaging. Once again, in Tennessee, I bet you there's people there that have never, ever voted donkey. Outside of that, I think it's Marshall County where Nashville is. Forgive me, I'm not from Tennessee. I think it was Marshall is what I saw. You have people there that have never, ever voted for anything that didn't have an elephant next to the name. I'm sorry, Davidson County. Thank you. So all of you in the comments that are now telling me Davidson County in all caps. Sorry. Davidson County is where Nashville is. And right now it's showing that she was 78% of Davidson County was supporting Afton Ben. It was supporting the Democratic candidate. Hope I might not be pronouncing her name correctly. I apologize for that. Okay, so what is this telling us for the Democratic Party in general now? Not just in Tennessee, but in general. What do they need to do to keep the momentum going, or to completely to make sure that blue tsunami actually shows up? Because we've been disappointed when the voters haven't shown up and the blue tsunami turned into a frickin' red wave. So what do the Democrats need to take away from this? So you got the Magician. Okay. Trump still has a little bit of the Trump magic, or it could just be you need to come up with a couple more items, keep manifesting results that are going to resonate with your voters. The challenge, the Knight of Swords. And that could be one of two things. That could be because the elections are coming up sooner than you think. You're going to start running out of time if you don't come up with things of value. It could also be just having to sort of endure the ongoing attacks of the Republican Party, the increasingly aggressive and reckless attacks of the Republican Party. They just make shit up now, and they try and keep their voters engaged by making shit up. energy underneath, Page of Cups. Keep the crazy going. So you need to come up with a messaging that can withstand the attacks and can sort of thwart the Page of Cups situation where they're just making shit up. It's hard to be the adults in the room when the other adult is acting like a child, like a spoiled child. In the past, you got the emperor, Trump just getting his way, keeping the MAGA base full of crazy and just making shit up and attacking. Current situation is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is major institution and governments. So what am I going to say about that? The current situation with the Hierophant, well, Costco's suing Trump. It's really, I think what I'm taking the lead here is, will Congress start showing a backbone? If Congress starts showing a backbone, that will help the Democrats' messaging, because it's going to take power away from the dictator and show that he's just making shit up and being crazy. He's doing things that aren't legal. But you've got simple. The Hierophant, the government, you need to represent your constituents. I think it's just as simple as that. Go out there, talk to your constituents, make sure you understand what it is that's motivating them. And what is it that they value? Because Trump's just going to tell them whatever they want to hear. But what do they really value? You got to get that message out there. You got to link your actions to what their message is. Overarching energy is the 8 of Swords. So what do the Democrats need to know? You can break out of this. The Republicans, they have gerrymandered a lot of areas. You can still break out of this. Just take off the blindfold, take off the things that bind you. What I get from this is, don't be afraid to fight back. It's okay. You don't always have to be the mature adult in the room. You might need to start fighting fire with fire. The lesson to be learned, Queen of Swords, get your truth out there. Counteract the crazy with the truth. Outcome is the Empress. If you can show your constituents that you're listening to them, be willing to take off the binding things that bind you. In other words, stop being so traditional, do nothing Democrat, and start doing something. Get your truth out there, and you'll reap the benefits of it. You'll be taking care of the needs of the people. And that's ultimately what it comes down to. One of the things I think MAGA likes about Trump is they feel he'll fight for them. He'll be out there. He'll be full of bullshit, but he looks like he's out there fighting, and they respond to that. He cares about me. He's fighting for me. He's getting rid of brown people that are criminals, that are gang members, that are bringing drugs into this country. He's also getting rid of a whole bunch of people that might be citizens, might be waiting for their green cards. People that are just good, hardworking people who just happen not to be citizens yet. Doesn't matter. Round them all up and kick them out. That's his solution. And some of MAGA's waking up to that. It's like, but the leopard wasn't supposed to eat my friend's face. They're only supposed to eat the bad people's faces. Yeah, sorry. You got what you voted for. Let's wrap this up with Costco. I love Costco. Costco is bringing suit against Trump, saying that these tariffs were illegal and they want their money back. And I was reading a little bit about it. The reason why Costco is kind of bucking the trend, if you will, because there's a lot of companies like Amazon. Amazon was going to start putting on some of their invoices how much tariffs were impacting the costs, and Trump and his cronies actually had a set of kittens when they heard that they were going to do that. And then Amazon sort of backed down saying, oh, well, it was just brainstorming. We weren't really going to do it. So there's a lot of major corporations sitting on the sidelines waiting to see how the Supreme Court rules on these tariffs. Costco recognizes that um, if the tariffs are deemed illegal, it might be difficult for them to get their money back. Because Justice Barrett has already said that this is going to be a mess if they've got to unwind tariffs. And so Costco's out there, yeah, no, we want our money back. And we're going to be on the record as saying, yeah, this is illegal. We want our money back. All these other companies like Amazon, they can forego their little tariffs if they want, but this is costing us money, and we're having to eat a lot of it because our customers, we sell a lot of food and stuff, and they don't want to raise the price on a lot of this because they don't want to hurt their customer base, but they're taking it in the profits right now. And so they want to make sure that if the tariffs are in fact illegal, they want their money back. So let's take a look at how will the tariffs fare? How will Costco fare with this whole tariff lawsuit? The Chariot. Okay, so primary energy is a Chariot. This is something that is moving forward. They could be it's kind of the hero. It's like a victory card, right? This is the winner of the battle, and it's not a fast moving chariot. It's a slow moving chariot, but it's the winner of the battle is moving forward. The challenge is the Three of Cups, celebrating the victory. Okay, so what does that mean? I mean, what this is probably is the challenge is getting past Trump's claims that tariffs are legal and that it's making the U.S. stronger and everyone's celebrating it. He's basically said if the tariffs get rescinded, it'll be like 1929 all over again, with the stock market crash. Energy underneath it is the Page of Pentacles. The meaning of the card is kind of like, to me, it's like, idealizing something. You're kind of looking at things in a different light. And in this case, Costco might be looking at this saying, we really value our customers and we're caring about them, but we also need to make a profit. We need to make enough money to stay in business too. We're not in the business to lose money. So we have to strike that balance and hold these ideals. And in this case, the ideal is Congress sets tariffs, not the president. In the past, you got the Six of Cups. This is just basically Trump's is basically saying, "You take what I give you." Yeah, it was kind of. I was kind of thinking, how do I want to describe that? But that's basically it. A lot of these corporations are just like, they're going to take whatever Trump gives them, and Costco's fighting back on that. Current energy, the Ten of Pentacles. They want their money. They need to take care of all their customers. They need to take care of their shareholders too. Once again, they can't take care of their customers if they're not making money. They need to make money. Overarching energy, Eight of Wands. This is about actions being taken and communicating those actions. This is Costco's messaging. The lesson to be learned, Two of Cups. You need to have agreements in place. You can't just unilaterally assign tariffs. You need to work with people. And this could also be their customers. We need to take care of our customers. We have an understanding with them. Costco brings a lot of value. You have to buy, 18 rolls of paper towels, but if you're willing to spend the equivalent of 18 rolls of paper towels, the cost per roll is actually pretty good. Outcome, Five of Swords, winner takes all. So I guess it's really going to come down to, once again, it comes down to what is the Supreme Court going to rule. When Dave and I looked at this before, it looked like they were going to rule mostly against the tariffs, but they were going to throw Trump a bone somehow. And maybe that bone is, yeah, you know what? You get to keep the tariff money. So we'll see how that plays out. All right, that's what I got for you. More to follow. I'm rooting for Costco on this one. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you like these videos, get a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell. You'll get woken up at midnight with a new video. Dave and I will be asleep, but you'll be awake and a member of the Insomnia Club. And then leave a comment. I read them all and respond to many. And so let's give some shout outs here. I want to give a special shout out to Michelle, also known as Kentucky Belle. Happy birthday, or happy day after your birthday. I'm recording this on December 2nd. This will come out December the 3rd. Michelle's birthday was December the 1st. And I believe she went to a steakhouse with her in-laws, their mother-in-law and her husband. So anyways, so thank you so much for your kind contribution. Michelle, you just absolutely blow me away every time. You've just been such a consistent supporter of the channel. And Dave and I truly appreciate you. Not David appreciates you too. And you got the 3 of Wands. I hope your lotto ship comes in, right? Judy of Gaul has 5 rescue cats. Lady Sansa, her daughters Sophia and Angelique. Samson, her orange boy, and Bodeca, who was basically assigned to her through the cat distribution center system. So Judy of Gaul, 10 of Swords, because she said, I can't take any more cats. She needs a cat distribution system to find other users. And so I think the 10 of Swords agrees with you. It's time to spread the love a little bit. Let's see. JC Johanna Clear was asking, hey, how do I get a shout out for my critters? Yeah, you just leave a comment. I read them all. And if you put a comment out there that your cat or dog wants a shout out, I'll do my best. I'm way backlogged because there's a lot of pet lovers in our audience. But Johanna Clear has 5 indoor cats, 5 outdoor cats, and a rescue pit bull and a flock of birds. That is a busy, busy house. And I bet you have to go to the pet store. You're always trying to find the bargains because you got a lot of mouths to feed there. So defend yourself as best you can against the food bills. Let's see what else I got here. Doink. Ladyfish. I believe your name is Patricia. Thank you so much for your kind contribution. Dave and I totally appreciate that. You got the 4 of Swords. I'll have to think a little bit harder next time. Make sure I got your name other than your title from the comments, because it's Ladyfish 99, but I believe it's Patricia's your name. So hopefully I got that right. Abigail Fisher, thank you for the kind contribution. I was beginning to wonder if Ladyfish and Abigail Fisher were the same person, since they both had fish, but it was just a coincidence. And Queen of Cups. So let's keep the emotions under control there. Thank you so much for supporting us there. And let me give one more shout out here. Oh, yeah, okay. So Rudy2360, thank you so much. Another kind contribution. Matter of fact, Ladyfish made a couple of kind contributions. So Rudy2360, thank you so much for consulting with Ladyfish and Kentucky Belle and supporting the channel. We truly appreciate you. And then a card for the rest of us as we wrap up the night. Ace of Pentacles, you don't have to donate to the channel. Dave, I mean, don't get me wrong. Dave and I truly appreciate it, but we have no expectation that we're going to get donations for the channel. We absolutely appreciate them and we value them, and we will acknowledge and shout you out for doing it. But if you are of more modest means or just simply can't afford it, it's okay. We're just happy that you're entertained with what we put out, and your comments are wonderful. I really look forward to seeing them, and there's a lot of people in the comments that I recognize because they're so consistent in the comment section. So good, bad, or indifferent, I'd love to see you out there. If you've got criticisms for me, that's fine. Just be nice. I am a human. I have feelings. And we just really enjoy hearing from you. So I hope you all have a great day. Take care, and we'll catch you soon. Take care, folks. Bye. Ha! Double secret card time. Hopefully the fireplace was giving it away. Okay, here you go. Nine of Cups. Hopes, wishes, dreams fulfilled. Come on, Dems. Let's keep the momentum going. I don't want to do another 2 years of MAGA in the House of Representatives. Lord help us all. Take care, folks. Bye.